All right. Welcome to Trolls Toys. Let's get into it and see what we have today. Figure reviews, toy hunts, etc. All right, YouTube. Welcome back to another reviewing and ranking video. And this one's a little bit different, right? But it's okay. You gotta always try stuff new. So last week on our hunts, we found this Braun Strowman, Masters of the WWE Universe, at the Grafton Flea Market. And his packaging was all beat up, and I knew these figures existed, but I am a novice, so I'd never actually seen any of them, and I thought he was pretty cool. So I decided I'm going to try to start collecting these Masters of the WWE Universe. And these are the first 6 that we could get our hands on. So we're going to review them, and we're going to compare them. Right, so Braun Strowman is the one that I got first. And I'm not a big Motu guy, right? But I think he's sort of modeled off of Terror Claw's Skeletor, if I had to hazard a guess. Because I know there is a Skeletor that has these. But Braun came with these add-on sort of shoulder pads, which I thought were quite cool. He's got the Viking sort of looking face paint on, and then the Terror Claws. So I really like this Braun Strowman figure. And that's what got me started. It was the first one that we were able to find in the wild, right? And then the second one that we obtained was this one, which is Stephanie McMahon, right? We can take her helmet off. Who's obviously modeled off of Evil Lynn, which makes sense, you know, when Stephanie was in WWE, more than she is now, right? I'm probably going to display it with that face piece, more like this. I just think it looks sort of more menacing. So we picked her up second. And then we went and did a trade at Legends Video Games and More, and he had 3 of these Masters of the WWE Universe that we did not have. So he had Goldberg, who's obviously modeled after Ram Man, which is pretty cool, with the removable helmet. I would like to display it with the helmet. It looks less like Goldberg with the helmet, obviously, but he had the man Becky Lynch, who I'm guessing is modeled after Tila, right? If I had to hazard a guess. And then he had the Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper, who I'm assuming is modeled after like Battle Damage He-Man, or one of the Battle Damages, because this plate pops out and you can put in 2 different plates. But it's not like the old ones where you just push it and it spins to the next one. So they sort of cheaped out on it seems like. So we got to take this off and pop this out to put in the sort of more Battle Damage Hot Rod logo, which I have yet to do. And probably won't, in all honesty. And then today we got in China, and I'm guessing she's from the last wave, 2021, with Rey Mysterio and Stone Cold, although I'm not quite sure how many there are. And she's modeled after She-Ra, the Princess of Power. So let's start with the ladies. My first obvious question is, why is Chyna the same size as Becky Lynch and Stephanie McMahon? I know they're toys, right? But Chyna was certainly a much larger and more well-built female than Becky Lynch or Stephanie McMahon. So I feel like Chyna should have some more definition. She should be a little bit larger. She was 5'10", right? So she should be slightly taller than them. And why pick Chyna to represent She-Ra? I don't know. I'm not sure I get it. I probably would have made Chyna Evil Lynn, right? But I know Stephanie McMahon. I get it, but so if I had to rank these figures, right, I would probably go with Stephanie McMahon first of the 3 females that I have, just because I like the headdress. Becky Lynch, because her shield says the man, right? And then Chyna, right? Chyna, I just don't get Chyna as She-Ra and why she's the same size as Becky Lynch and Stephanie McMahon. And then of my 3 male representation, I have Kane en route, but he hasn't arrived yet. I think Braun Strowman just is the best looking of the 3 figures, personally. I know he's probably the least well known from a wrestling perspective. I mean, he had his time, just got released, obviously, but I just like this figure best. I thought I would like this hot rod more, but I don't like how they cheaped out on the battle damage. You got to take this off and pop it in and out. So I guess I'm probably going to put Goldberg second, Braun Strowman first, and hot rod third of the guys. And now we'll rank them in totality, I suppose. I do like this line. I'm sure it's going to be hard. I know Macho Man seems to be quite pricey, and a couple of the other ones. I'm not sure I'm going to try to complete it. I'm just going to pick them up as I find them. But Braun was $10. Goldberg, Hot Rod, and Becky we got as part of a trade. He had $15 each on them, right? But we got some substantial trade credit from some clearance figs and some savers pickups and other stuff that we had. Some duplicate WWE wrestlers. China we got, I think she was like 10 or 12 bucks. And Stephanie McMahon was also 10 bucks, right? So I would guess you could say I picked up the cheaper ones to start with, and some people may go the other way and say I'm going to get the most expensive ones, but in case I change my mind, I don't want to have a lot of money invested, right? So now let's rank them, the 6 in total. All right, so coming in 6th place, like I said, is going to be this China as She-Ra. I just don't get it. She's got a comb axe. It makes no sense to me. She's the same size. I just don't get China as She-Ra. She should be more badass and represented in Motu than sort of as She-Ra. Also, it seems like they cheaped out on the little comic books that come with them, whereas all these other 5 at least got a little 2-page comic. The last wave just gets like a one little blurb about them, which is, you know, I don't know. So Rey Mysterio and Stone Cold must be the same way because they were with her in that last wave. Coming in 5th place is probably going to be Becky Lynch, just because she looks the most like her regular wrestling version than any of them. Because this is actually something I could see her wearing, except for maybe she would wear pants instead of trunks, right? Or tights, or whatever the hell you'd call it for a female, right? But other than that, they gave her a snake staff and they gave her a shield that says the man on it, and that's about it. This might be a hot take, but coming in 4th place for me is going to be the Hot Rod. I thought I would like him more, but I just can't get over this, that I got to take this whole thing off to pop out this plate instead of just touching it like on the old figures where it spins. I realize that might have made him cost a few more bucks, but damn, come on, just do it. And then there were 2. The monster among men, Braun Strowman, and Goldberg. And I guess if I had to rank them, I'm going to put Goldberg in second, right? I mean, I guess he's a bald guy with a beard. I'm not sure he looks the most like Goldberg. I mean, obviously, Becky Lynch looks like Becky Lynch. China, without this dumbass She-Ra thing on her head, sort of looks like China. Roddy Piper looks like Roddy Piper, sort of. And then Stephanie McMahon has the likeness. I mean, I guess I would know this is Goldberg. But I think he's going to go in 2nd place. And I just got this guy last week, and he's what got me started, right? And I don't know. I just thought he was a badass figure. Case was beat up, right? But, you know, overall, I just thought I liked the spikes on him. I liked these shoulder pads. I like the claws. I like sort of his medallion on his chain. I like the face paint. He sort of looks like Viking-esque, right? So for me, that makes Braun Strowman the winner of the ones that I have. Obviously, I know I have the less desirable ones, right? We've said that from the get-go. So we're gonna go Braun Strowman in 1st. Goldberg in 2nd, Stephanie McMahon 3rd, Hot Rod 4th, Becky Lynch 5th, and China 6th. And we'll probably do an update video on this when we get more. I mean, I know, like I said, we got Kane on the way, but one more is not enough to add, and Kane looks pretty much like Kane from what I can tell from the pictures. But as we pick these up in the wild or from online, we'll probably do an update video for this at some point. But as always, this is Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon.